Ladies and jellies, I'm going to warn you right now, if you are of a nervous disposition or a bit of a Gibson fan, you might not want to watch this because, well, let's have a look. It's alright, looks nice. Look at that, eh? Lovely bit of gold hardware around the back. What has happened? What has happened to that? No, it's not a bolt-on neck. The bolt-on plate has been put there to ensure that no further movement takes place. So, I mean, I've looked at a few of these, you know, on the usual sites. And quite frankly, I do tend to avoid them. But let's just have a little think about this. So let's say that the guitar itself is entirely trashed, which I don't think it is. And it does come with a proper Gibson hard case. So how much are you paying for it? I don't know, 400 quid. The case is one. How much are the cases? 150? 135, something like that. Is that an ebony board? Not sure. We'll have a look in a minute. And the pickups, they're worth, you know, money each. And the switches and the knobs and the stop tail and the tunematic. So, you know, maybe not a bad thing to buy just to bust up for the parts. But you never know, it might be okay. So let's slap it on the bench and see what we can find. So the first two things that we're going to look at, as always, is, let's have some spectaculars on. So the first thing that we're going to look at, as always, is the neck straightness, which is, let me see if you can see that. I'll just keep angling it a little bit so that you can see that that gap, that sliver of light, is absolutely exactly where I would want to see it. So I'm happy with that. Happy with the neck straightness, that's alright. Now let's have a look at the string height. Survey says at the 12th. On there. Whoa. Yeah, that is, can we see? That is, again, that is exactly where I want to see it. That's weird, isn't it, saying it's been bashed about? I mean, look at that. Let's have you in here. So, you can see a great big line there, and on this side you can see a great big crack down here, and there's a, you know, this is obviously taking a bit of a hit as well, and obviously, you know, we can see where this crack has extended down here. So, I mean, never mind parts in the thing yet. It might be alright. Now, it did come in for just for strings, because the strings look like they've been there for a while. And the other thing that my buddy was concerned about, yeah, that string height's great. We'll have a look at fret leveliness as well. Wherever the rocker is. Must be somewhere. Oh yes, there it is. So we'll have a quick look at the fret situation, and yeah, fine, super, perfect, also perfect, perfect, Yeah. Yeah. Yes. 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 Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Amazing. So the so the frets are absolutely bang on. The pickups, I'm going to expect to read what they should do. I would guess that it is a 490R and 498T, but I'll have a look in a bit. We'll whip the pickups out and have a look. And yeah, so the other thing that it did come in for was because my buddy did put strings on it at some point. I'm not sure when, but they do look like they need to be refreshed. He was also concerned that he had the tunematic the wrong way about. Well, let's have a little look at that and see which way a tunematic bridge should sit and how we can tell which way it should sit. Yeah, bear with me. Okay, so which way round should they go? Well, actually, the jury's totally out about this. But here are my observations. So, genuine, I've got two bridges here for you. So this is what they would call the Nashville bridge, and this is the original ABR1 bridge. Now, if you have a look on the bottom of the proper ABR1 bridge, it does actually tell you that it's a Gibson. It gives you the patent number, and that does tell you that this was made before 1974 or before that. After 1974, they had ABR1 stamped on them. ABR simply stands for adjustable bridge, and as you will see, this has a wire that makes sure that all of the screws are captive. So that's quite an old boy, that, but actually in remarkable nick for its age. Of course, if you compare it to the Nashville bridge, then you will see that there's quite a difference in girth. So which way round does it go? Well, apparently the historic method is that the ABR1 will sit with the screws facing the stop tail, and that the Nashville will have the screws facing the body. However, it's not the case with this one. So the bottom line is, guys and gals, is that it doesn't really matter. Your biggest telltale signs are that once you've got the strings off, have a look at the size of the slots in the saddles, and that will indicate which way round it's going to go. Other clues will indicate, so as you can see with this one, there's quite a bit of tarnishing here, which would again indicate that that's where your palm's been when you've been playing, and so the acid in your sweat has removed this finish here. So this one, even though so Bob had restrung it, I think, and he was concerned that he put it on the wrong way round because he says that the intonation is out. Well, I mean, obviously, luckily with these, the adjustable bridge, regardless of whether it's Nashville or ABR historic spec, makes no odds, because certainly we can tell from the grooves inside here that that it's going to go this way round, because there's your fattest groove. And by the way, when Gibson, I don't know about now, but when they used to do these, they never used to cut the nut slots. What they did was they put the strings on to blank uncut saddles and then give them a bash with an hammer. Yikes! The other thing about an ABR1, and which this is certainly not, is that when you take out your screw-in post with the thumb wheel and what have you, you can see in here that there's a bushing. The true ABR ones do not have a bushing. They screw directly into the body. So what we need to do now is, well, a couple of things. I mean, for a start, this is Arctic White, and I would say that that is an ebony board. That I would put money on that being an ebony board, and it's in really nice nick. The frets are beautiful. In fact, the guitar, apart from the, you know, horrendous disfigurement that it's had, the guitar itself is really, really nice, and we're going to have a listen to it in a very, very short while. So yeah, so the proper genuine historic spec ABR one bridges this bit, screws directly into the wood in the body. So if it's got the bushing there, then it should be called the Nashville style. But you know, Gibson, they change stuff every 5 flipping minutes, and so none of it is ever a given. This colour that we're looking at is called Alpine White, and it's yellowed beautifully with age. Like I say, 2002. And looking at these trapezoid inlays, they are not pearloid, not a chance. They're either MOP, mother of pearl, or maybe even abalone, but certainly that they are not plastic. This thing was beautifully and lovingly created. So let's get some strings on. Yes, so Bob was concerned about the intonation, but we will have that sorted out, hopefully, in a trice, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So we've just given the neck a bit of a whistle up, really just a bit of a clean, and as we can see here, we do have in fact a correct Gibson pickup. I'm not going to take these all out because I assume it's the same, and I'm also going to assume that we have a 490R and a 498T, which is what these were supplied with at the time. So what I did was I set all of the, because the bridge saddles were all over the place, so I just set them all pretty much straight. We're roughly in tune, yeah. So what I need to do is make sure that all the strings are in tune, and then I will try them all again at the 12th fret, and let's see how the intonation sits now. Well, that is spot on for a start, and I can tell you that they were all up and down all over the place. That's bang on. As is the G. The D's, yes, very slightly. The A is also very slightly flat. Oh, hang on. Yeah, it's just really. The bottom E is absolutely fine. So just the A and the D are very, very, very slightly flat. So what we need to do is make the strings a little sharper, and to do that we make them a little shorter. So what I'm going to do is get the screwdriver in and make sure the saddle is closer to the head of the guitar, which will shorten the string. Oh dear, I wish I had the same eyesight I had when I was No point reminiscing in that order, is there? So let's get these back into position. All right, 12th fret. Absolutely bang on. Get this up to pitch. And there we go. That is all of the intonation done. So, as Pythagoras taught us, and please, you know, Google that, Pythagoras taught us that if it's shorter, it's sharper. And he did that with pipes and strings and everything. Clever guy. Yes, musician, mathematician, philosopher, doctor. He pretty much got the whole show nailed. So, right, well, we'd best have a listen to this, I reckon. So very quick run through the pickups, and we'll start off with everything flat out, and we'll start with the bridge pickup. Into the and on to the next. Yeah, and all that through a tiny Black Star bedroom, man. Who knew? And on to the clean settings, and we'll start with the bridge, which is really super powerful. My word. Onto the centre. That's beautiful, isn't it? Onto the neck. intonation spot on. So what I would say is, yeah, Arctic White, which is yellowed beautifully with age, ebony fretboard with certainly either MLP, mother of pearl, or abalone inlays. You've got all the lovely gold hardware with your gold Gibson Deluxes round the back there. You know, I mean, although the guitar has certainly been through the mill, let's face it, your important bit is always here, and of course where the neck meets the body. And whilst this was probably not necessary, I would say that it was probably a wise precaution to prevent any further, yeah, I know it's heartbreaking, isn't it, to prevent any further separation of the wood. So, you know, yes, I totally agree with what has gone on with this. And like I say, if you can pick one, if you pick one of these up in this kind of condition, and ooh, that neck, the bridge pickup's a bit high. I'll take that down. Yeah, you know, providing it's right, and there is, and I will tell you with this as well, there has been something going on here that is not as smooth as it should be where the neck meets the fretboard, but happily when you're playing you really you don't know that there's anything going on there. It might, I don't know, it might be a bit of glue residue or something, but certainly beautiful guitar. Shame about the damage, but as I say, if you are thinking about having something that has been through the mill, which you will get at a significantly cheaper price, just make sure that damn thing plays, make sure it's okay. And that's from me, and the 2002 Arctic White that's been slightly yellowed with the ebony fretboard, blah blah, Gibson Studio, yeah, from the Goodwood era. Lovely stuff. Alrighty, adios amigos, I'll see you soon. Ta-ra.